just got this camera doing an active dynamic stabilization shot while I walk through the airport. Flying to Toronto today. So if you want to know what it's, if the A75 has good stabilization, this is the test. I'm gonna do a full field test today as I go through San Diego to Chicago and Toronto. All right, so one of the things that I wanted to test out was sort of the vlogging abilities of the new A75. So far, super good. If you put it into dynamic stabilization, it is kind of gimbal-like, I will say. I'm kind of surprised, but I wanted to put the whole vlog test to the test by walking through downtown Toronto and seeing how well it holds up. You're gonna have to tell me what you think. I'm kind of impressed, I gotta say. And it's usually really hard to capture the cities, you know, because you have really tall structures like that, and then tall buildings. I halfway expect to run into one of the cast members from like Degrassi High. Sunset in Canada in June, 9 o'clock, which I was kind of disappointed at first when I arrived, because I was like, oh, I'm gonna lose all this daylight. But as it turns out, I'm not losing any daylight at all. In fact, I have like an extra hour of daylight. Also cool. Oh, so one of the safer cities in North America, a lot less crime. I could say it's about 40% cleaner than San Diego. It might have bad parts, like all cities do, but you don't see it as much. I mean, check this out. So, cheaper, cleaner, safer. Why do I live in the United States? Oh, also, there's on the other side of this, there's an arena. I'm just doing the walkabout. I needed to clarify that I'm outside of the Rogers Center, which I said was like some place where they play hockey. It's where the Toronto Blue Jays play, and I think it probably used to be called Sky Dome or something like that, but it's renamed the Rogers Center, and the Blue Jays play there. And I'm somewhere where there's trains, so also kind of cool. You have a little train museum out in the middle of public. I don't have a gimbal. I guess that's the thing that's really kind of blowing my mind, is that when you turn on the dynamic stabilization on the A75, it's kind of amazing how good the focus is on third-party lenses. Also, how good the stabilization is, considering that I'm using a third-party lens. And the colors, man, I don't know. I have it on auto white balance right now. So there's like 3 things that I'm kind of testing as I just wander around downtown Toronto, being a weirdo and vlogging in public as people stare at you. So kind of mildly impressed. I heard it was better. Ooh, I heard it was better. I own the A7 IV, and I gotta say that A7 V takes the cake by far. So I kind of poo-pooed it all and thought, well, couldn't be that good. It's got the same sort of dynamic range, sort of, same sensor, sort of, but Sony did a good job. Sony did a really good job. I am in Toronto for one more day. My flight got canceled, which is kind of cool. Last time that happened to me, I was trying to figure out if we were gonna move to San Diego, and I had a job interview lined up And then I found myself wandering around the streets of San Diego. You know, one of the cool things about Toronto that I was trying to articulate to my friend Mark, who was working with me, and that was that it's like got all of the city perks. It's got all the stores, it's got all the amenities, but a totally different vibe. Like, it's very different from a lot of the cities in the States. Hope you are enjoying the vlog for the 10th time. I feel like I'm gonna be the guy that's known as the guy who vlogs from Canada as a US citizen. But yeah, who knows, maybe I'll run into one of the Canadian YouTubers, you never know. Another one of the interesting things was that usually when you get delayed and you don't get you miss your flight or whatever, and your company takes care of those arrangements, you end up getting put up in a hotel. Lots of times it's by the airport for practical reasons, but you end up like just, you know, spending the night there. It's a lot of times it's at the end of the day. You're tired, you don't really care. It's kind of a horrible experience. This time my flight got canceled like at 2 for 6 o'clock flight, and there was literally no flights that would get me to San Diego on time. No connecting flights, none of that. So they ended up putting me up in the hotel that I was working at, which is the Ritz-Carlton. So I get an extra night stay at the Ritz-Carlton in Toronto, which is a bonus. Kind of a neat experience to be able to do something like that. And yeah, people are friendly here. They see a camera or whatever, and they kind of want to know what's this all about. You know, I'm just a vlogger. Just a vlogger who does content when he can do it. Oh, and that's the other thing. I've kind of decided in terms of, you know, whether or not I was going to stick to a schedule or not. I think right now I'm not going to worry about it. I kind of got ticked off at the algorithm the last time that I uploaded, because I saw exactly when my video got killed by YouTube. And it was not because it wasn't being watched. It like had a very steady upswing of views, only to get like killed. Like literally it got killed like after 24 hours, and then the algorithm killed it. And I literally watched the views just stop to 0. And no matter what I did, change the thumbnail, change the whatever, you put all this time into making videos, and the last thing you want to do is watch your efforts just die because AI has decided that your video about it does not need to be watched by anyone. So I kind of have decided, well, to heck with that. I'm just gonna do things on my own schedule, and if the videos get watched, cool, and if they don't, I don't care. That's my conclusion on whether or not I'm going to put like 2 videos or 3 videos or 1 video a week or whatever. I'm not even gonna overthink it. Also funny is I was just walking, and I'm not gonna show this kind of stuff because it's like stupid, but you pass by some of the more famous Canadian vloggers. I just passed by the lady that does the Life of Ariza channel and her boyfriend Colt, but I turned off the camera. I mean, they're more famous than I am anyway, but it was kind of funny. I heard an audible gasp because I think maybe she thought that I'd probably walk past and like record or bug them or whatever. I don't know. It's YouTube, so YouTube famous. I don't even know what the heck that means. Funny small world. You're bound to run into famous people, or I don't know, YouTube famous. I mean, like, I would bet you money if I had mentioned the names to other people, they wouldn't know who the heck they were. but they have 1 million subscribers, you know? And if I had 1 million subscribers, you still wouldn't know who I was either. So there's that too. All right, well, I think that's it for today. I'm gonna try to enjoy Toronto. Maybe just take photos and do that thing. All right, peace. So I spent the night in Toronto. So now I gotta go to the train station, get on a train to the airport, and hopefully there are no more delays and I can get home today. Also, battery is at 70%. So far on this trip, I've taken about, I don't know, like 100 pictures and recorded about, I don't know, 20 minutes worth of video. And it's at 70%. I have 3 extra batteries and I don't think I'll even touch them. So, battery life is improved on the camera also. So if you're interested in making hard decisions, this one makes it a little easier because every little thing matters and one less battery. So, all right, let's go on a walk, shall we? Got off the plane. I'm headed to my next flight. I should be in San Diego by 6 p.m. But one of the coolest places, if we're talking about my favorite airports, is Chicago O'Hare. I mean, Dallas has like a people mover and stuff, and you can get by and get around fast. And technically, that might win for convenience, but the most cool place with the most character, in my opinion, is Chicago O'Hare, where you literally have everything that you could possibly want or need in terms of food or duty-free stuff or whatever. And I know that all airports have it, but they just have a way of presenting their stuff here that I think is second to none. So if you're ever stuck here, take some time, check it out, go shopping. It's really, really, really cool. I mean, like I said, most airports have a variation on this theme, but I feel like there's character at this one. And that is the end of the vlog. Hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and I'll talk to you guys later.